Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for your great support always. I'm so grateful for your continued support to this channel. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Now today is the moment of truth. Now as we speak, Ruto and Raila Odinga ride in same vehicle on way to AU Summit.
Where's Winnie? Thank you.
Prior to the day, we are being told that Ruto held meetings with presidents and heads of states on the sidelines of the summits.
I think there is a chance, but of course now other things now will come into play. The issues of our own politicians now getting in, and of course this issue of traveling to Djibouti to Addis will not have any influence at all. They are just going as spectators who will not even participate in even observing. And I think in as much as we want to give, and we are very proud that we have a candidate as East Africa, we have a candidate who everybody would want to say they would want to represent us. The politics now and the politicians now, and that is what we were having a conversation with Ambassador. It's something that it could be new to them. They don't know that even if all our discussions, our political inclinations will actually not play a role there. It's all about are we Africans? Do we want to to talk about Africa and promote Africa? Where are we as Africa? We are still depending a lot on the West. We are still depending a lot on the other. And Raila has mentioned that we would want to start thinking as Africans, doing things as Africans, promoting intra-African trade, which is still very insignificant. At the moment, it's between 20%. And like when you go to the Western, you go to Europe, it's over 60%. So it's something that I think if we were to vote objectively, and if Africans were to vote objectively, leaving alone those other aspects, then Raila would carry the day. But now we also have other, we have other factors that will come into play that might actually tilt the way the vote will be taken.
And Daktari, given that you're laughing there,
Ruto also met the outgoing chair Musa Faki in last-minute campaigns for Raila Molo Odinga. Now, as we speak, William Ruto and Raila Odinga used the same vehicle on their way to the African Union Summit in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. In a video seen by the Star, Ruto is seen leaving a building with Raila and senior government officials, including Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, seemingly heading to the 38th Ordinary Summit of Heads of States and Government of the African Union. Ladies and gentlemen, before we continue, as you always do, ensure you like the video. When you like the video, you automatically support the work that I'm doing in this channel, because sometimes you watch and you forget liking the video. So this is just a reminder, please. As you watch, consider of course liking this video. Thank you so much for that like. Now, as we speak, the moment of truth is today.
And Ahmed, have we learned the pitfalls from the 2017 loss of Ambassador Amina Mohammed leading to the birth of Musa Faki Mahamat?
I don't think we have, because I was there at the Foreign Office at that time, and without saying very much, I was of the view that there was going to be betrayal by Djibouti, for an example, the same Djibouti we're competing against. I was listened to, but the point was thought to be inconsequential. But it turned out to be very consequential because even Uganda left us. You know the problem of the voting system, I'll try and explain the viewers to understand. You see, the candidates needs 2/3 majority.
Which in this case is 33.
Which is 33 states. So the problem is you keep going from one round to the other. Because right now the race, in my view, is tight. I think Odinga is just down by maybe 11 to 10 states, in my view. And I can explain that later if you wish. But right now, this process of going from one round to the other, it creates deal-making for positions inside the system. So if they smell blood, if a regional states or regional grouping smell blood and they think that someone is not going to make it, immediately, even though they made a gentleman's handshake with you, they can switch immediately because of their state interests, which is a factor in the election of the AU chairman. I think where we went wrong is on from the very beginning, from the philosophical point of view. The permanent secretary for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Korir, an astute, competent permanent secretary, no question about that, we just disagree with him about the issue, is that his philosophy was that there are certain inalienable state interests that guide the election to the AU. Now, you see, that, if that were true, then there would not be an Islamic council, which is made up of 30 states. And about 28 of them have already committed to the candidate from Djibouti. If there was no other cultural issues, for an example, the problem of South Africa and Donald Trump, which I've explained before, the Americans are not happy with some states that may support Odinga, particularly because South Africa and Donald Trump have a diplomatic tiff, as you know, in the last week. Today, as we speak, the troops of Rwanda supported, let me say, Rwanda has denied that it supports the M23 troops. They are going to Bukavu. The first battalions have entered Bukavu last night. That's a huge game changer. The question is, will they stop or will they go to Kinshasa? And you know, Bukavu is right next to Burundi. There is a chance that there's going to be conflict in the next 48 hours if those people don't stop and go back to where they started, because Burundi will try and defend its borders. So I think that the DRC, the Gulf of Guinea states, and all those states that are there will be talking about sanctioning Rwanda there in the AU, and Kagame is gone there. This will have an impact on the vote, because Kenya will be asked, what is your, and Kenya is a major player in the DRC's conflict resolution process, as you know, yes, and as my learned colleagues on the left and right know. So I think that that's an unfortunate thing that has happened there in the DRC, and I think that the effects on the election is going to be felt before we are done with this interview.
All right.
As we have watched, Ruto then ushers Raila to, of course, this big race. Of course, presenting Raila Odinga as a candidate from Kenya. William Ruto is so determined to ensure that this thing, we are going to carry it. So Raila is facing Djibouti's Foreign Affairs Minister Mohamed Ali Yusuf and Madagascar former Foreign Affairs Minister Richard in these elections. Prior to the day Ruto held meeting with presidents and heads of states on the sidelines of this summit, we are being told that Ruto also met the outgoing chair in the last minutes to ensure that of course he was consolidating for Raila Amolo Odinga. As you speak, a candidate must garner a 2/3 majority of the vote cast. An AUC chairperson is elected by assembly for a 4-year term, renewable once. The seat is held on rotational basis among 5 regions, and this time the Eastern region is eligible to present a candidate, while the Northern region is supposed to present a deputy chairperson. The new AU chairman will be faced with enormous task of tackling Africans' problem, ranging from high poverty levels, runaway debt, insecurity, illiteracy, and poor health services, among others. Now, as staunch advocates for Pan-Africanism, Raila Amolo Odinga has outlined an ambitious vision for the continent. So he has pledged to accelerate Africa's development and enhance the continent's self-resilience, of course, and reliance, unity, and sustainability. So remember one thing, in this election, we are having interest, and interest is something that is going to take part in this election. I don't want to predict, I don't want to say anything that Raila Odinga is going to lose or is going to win. We're just waiting. Sini leo, we don't want to preempt something that is not there. But that is the updates we are having, as already you can see, even yesterday, William Ruto consolidated final move for Raila Odinga to win this position. Let us wait how things are going to be. But of course, you have seen the effort that Raila Odinga has made. And remember, this seat is seriously, some are saying no, some are saying yes to this seat. As per what you have seen for the longest period of time, where some Kenyans are saying Raila Odinga should not go to AU. Some are saying wacha mzee aenda jienjoy yuko. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Drop your opinion at the comment section below. Otherwise, thank you so much because of your great support. Please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing this video. Bye bye till we meet in another video.